Welcome to New Cosmic Knowledge. That's right, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. Welcome to our channel. We're here to help you unindoctrinate yourself. I wanted to pop in here this evening, this morning, wherever you may be in the country, in the world, on the face of this big old globe, and just share with you a little bit of I know I've been absent today, but we did a lot of work this weekend out at the Wagon Wheel Flea Market, and a few things I want to make you aware of here. Number one, I wanted to say thank you very much to everybody that came out to the Wagon Wheel Flea Market this weekend. We probably had at least 20 people that came up and saw us at the Wagon Wheel Flea Market in Largo, Florida, Pinellas Park, Florida. And I wasn't aware that we had so many people here locally that are part of the Gospel Truth Army and that are here to be part of this. I want to thank you very much all of you for coming out. I can't even remember all of the names. It was fantastic. Thanks so much. And if you weren't able to come out last weekend, I will be there pretty much every weekend unless I tell you I'm not. I'm already scheduled to be there next weekend. Unfortunately, Halo won't be there. Halo got on an airplane, flew from Portland to Tampa, rented a hotel room, rented a car, all on his own dime, and still bought me tables and display items and stuff, wouldn't take any money for it. That's just the kind of guy he is. He came out to show me the ropes on how to present the MYSTECH to people at events like this so they can actually understand it and benefit from it. And we had 2 great days. And I tell you what, talking to Halo Marquise has shown me that he's far more than MYSTECH. And we're going to be working together a lot. And it's going to be far beyond just MYSTECH. I mean, MYSTECH is enough. We're 2 guys trying to change the world, and successfully so, just trying to change more of it. And we had so many people coming. We got so many MYSTECH bands on people. It's amazing. Hundreds of them in 2 days. And it was just fantastic. And I will be out there. And Mark Center Saint was there. Great to see you, Mark. Mark's going to be coming on the program. Or I'm actually going to be going down to his new metaphysical store in St. Petersburg, Florida. And I don't have my wallet with me, so I can't remember the name. But we'll be going down there doing a live broadcast with Mark. And Mark, I did talk to Ken, and he does remember you, knows who you are, and says hello himself. So great times, great fun, great people. And you may have noticed that I changed the branding from the Christian Whistleblower to New Cosmic Knowledge. And I'll tell you why. There's a few Poe's Magical Mystery Store, Edgar Allan Poe themed, down in St. Petersburg, Florida. If you're there, you've got to go check it out. It's a great place, and I'm looking forward to getting back down and getting down there first and seeing it. So when I first started 6 or 7 years ago, before I really knew what I was doing, we were going under New Covenant Kabbalah, and the reason was because I saw in the Bible and said, oh, at that time, I was thinking Jesus was teaching Kabbalah. And the fact of the matter was that the Christ did teach Kabbalah. But as I continued to study, I saw, oh, he's teaching way more than just Kabbalah. Kabbalah was just part of what he taught, because he taught bits and pieces and great teachings and truths from many different disciplines. So I went from New Covenant Kabbalah, and we kept the NCK, made it New Cosmic Knowledge. And that's just kind of laid in abeyance. It hasn't been done much with. We've got a spiffy logo, and we talk about it from time to time. And it's loosely been the ideas that I have as far as spiritual technologies and the application thereof. And it will continue to be that. But what we've done is decided to make a shift away from just the Christian Whistleblower, because again, now 6-7 years later, I'm at the place where I realize that our work is growing and expanding far beyond just the Christian whistleblower aspect of what I do. Now, that's always going to be my rock bottom. That's always going to be my foundation, not rock bottom. That's always going to be my foundation. It's always going to be the pillar. It's always going to be, the basis of what I do. And listen to Jenny. Oh my, that's funny. That makes me smile. You're so naughty. But at any rate, we'll still have the Christian whistleblower. I still remain your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower. I am just expanding to become more than that. And I mean, we think about it. We're doing the ghost walk work. We're about to move into our conversations from beyond work. I mean, we're doing the divining rod work. We're doing a lot of healing. We're doing a lot of paranormal work. So the Christian whistleblower is part of it. And the Christian whistleblower will remain a big part of it. But we are transitioning into new cosmic knowledge because we've grown beyond just the Christian whistleblower. And also, it has come to my attention that Christian whistleblower may be somewhat limiting the number of people that might be attracted to, or it's right, Mark says this is the Christian whistleblower plus. Absolutely. There's some people that if they hear Christ, if they hear Christian, they're not tuning in regardless. Then there's other people, if they hear Christian whistleblower, if they're from a Christian-esque background, they're not tuning in regardless. So before I even open my mouth, I've probably offended 50% of the potential audience. And then let me talk about 5 minutes and I'll offend 50% of the rest of the potential audience. So I don't think I'm about to do much changing, but we will change the branding and the marketing and the outreach because it is more accurate and more descriptive of what I do. And it also is less offensive, at least initially, with what I do. So I'm a repeat offender. Unfortunately, that's too true. But yeah, and talking all day long for 2 days took its toll. But I can't wait to get out there. Thanks, Z Golden Report. We're going to have Lee on the show as well. But it's great to be here. It's great to be doing what we're doing. And we're just growing. We're continuing to grow. We're continuing to improve. And we really are into new cosmic knowledge. That's really what this is. We're blowing out boundaries. We're blowing out limitations. And man, I'm telling you, this is becoming more exciting by the day. I'm finding my own personal paradigms being challenged. I'm finding my own personal paradigms being stretched. I'm finding my own personal paradigms being obliterated. Everything's changing, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe it's changing in a good way. Ideas that I've never thought about considering, I'm now considering. Ideas that I thought were just crazy, won't do it. Then I'm actually embracing and looking at some of those ideas. James, relax and trust your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower. It's not a trap. It's going to be great. And nothing really changes. We're just getting better. We're getting stronger. We're getting faster. We're like Steve Austin, the $6 million man, 2018 version. I'm going to be hitting the road again tomorrow, heading for Fort Lauderdale. I'll be doing a ghost walk in Fort Lauderdale on Wednesday. Going to be fun. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on with our friend Rex Bear of League Project. We'll be joined by Sandra D to talk about the ghost walks, to talk about ghosts, to talk about spirits, to talk about the paranormal. So great. We're going to be on with Rex Bear, the man, the myth, the legend. He'll be live from Grandma's garage, and I'll be live from an undisclosed location in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, having a great time. I was planning to go from Fort Lauderdale up to Orlando to do a ghost walk in Orlando because I was going to pick up my son and bring him back here to pick up my old car. And it's the craziest thing, ladies and gentlemen. I think for some reason this has something to do with it. So I am soliciting your good intentions because I go out there today. I've been starting the car every day. The thing has run like a scalded ape for years. You know, I've taken it all over the Southeast, so Tennessee, Georgia, South Florida, North Florida. All of these paranormal trips we've been on have been in that PT Cruiser. I go out there today, it won't start. So for some reason, I guess I wasn't supposed to go to Orlando. I'll try it again in the morning. But if it doesn't start by morning, I'll probably just stay another night in Fort Lauderdale. And we'll do 2 ghost walks in Fort Lauderdale because there's several haunted locations in Fort Lauderdale. Leslie went on a ghost walk long before she was really awake. She'd like to go again now that her ears and eyes have changed. Absolutely. Lee says I should try to go to the Assetti Ranch in Washington. I will do that. And I wasn't going to go ghost strutting at the Haunted Mansion. I thought about and will at some point go to the Jesus Land there in Orlando. What's it called? Holy Land Experience. And talk to some people out there, interview them. Shane, we missed you. We understand what you're doing your best. I'll be out there again this weekend. So if you get a chance, come on down to the Wagon Wheel Flea Market on Park Boulevard, just east of Starkey Road. It's really almost on Park and Starkey, just going a little bit towards Tampa. So it's a great place. We had a great time. Talked to a lot of people, met some people in the spiritual community here that I didn't know. And man, we helped a lot of people get bands. It was pretty amazing. Saw Brian Parker, Tactical Sovereignty. I'm going to try to hook up with him tomorrow on my way down south, but I have to leave much earlier than I thought I was going to get over there and be set up with that for that show with Rex. So I don't think I'm going to be able to hook up with Brian, but Brian gave me a beautiful piece of organite. Look at that. That is some beautiful stuff right there. Brian made this and was very gracious to give it to me. Look at that. It's a beautiful piece. Halo tried to buy a big piece from him, but Brian wouldn't take hardly any money for it. And it's something very interesting. Halo and I had been talking about Herkimer diamonds. I've been talking to Denise about Herkimer diamonds. And Brian comes up, and what's in the top of this thing but a Herkimer diamond? It's just, I mean, there's synchronicities blowing up, a lot of great stuff blowing up. If you want to get organite, go on Facebook, talk to Brian from Tactical Sovereignty on Facebook. I think the Organite Bros or Brothers, Halo works with them too. They're real good, but it's hard to beat that. That's some really good stuff. And we saw a cat from the Cadillac Bombers singing group. Lots of people were out there. Her significant other, great guy, does a lot of work, is Salvador Dali here. Gonna have him on the show as well. It's gonna be fun. Lots of great stuff coming up. More stuff than you can imagine. More fun that you can shake a stick at. And we're just going and growing, doing great things, and having great fun. It's amazing. You know, you talk about living your, sorry about that. That was kind of loud. You talk about living your great basic purpose, and boom, here it is. Harriet, Mark Center Saint's better half, was having pain. She was a little skeptical, but she decided to go ahead and pick up a MYSTECH band while she was there on, I believe it was Saturday they came down, not Sunday. I believe they came down on Saturday. So Harriet put this MYSTECH band on Saturday. Mark is saying that today, Monday, her pain is gone from her leg. From the MYSTECH band, she and I, says Mark, are impressed. I'm telling you, folks, it makes a huge difference. We had a guy come by, Saturday morning. We had a guy come by, maybe why Mark and Harriet were there, but he came by. He's from Canada, showed us his pictures on his phone. He had just had 2 titanium rods on either side of his spine. It was gone in 2 hours, her pain. 2 titanium rods on either side of his spine, total of 10 screws. So he got one of the level ones, like this black one here. He got one of those level ones and went on his way. 2 hours later, he comes back. and says, I can't believe I'm telling you guys this, but ever since I had my surgery, I've had a dead spot, a numb spot on the front of my leg. He said in 2 hours, it's gone. So he went and upgraded. He upgraded to a level 2. And that means that he kept the level 1 and just gave us a difference in price. Sorry, guys. I believe Harriet just got a level 1, just a level 1, the $25 level 1 that if you order from me, it's only $20. But anyway, it was tremendous. We had another lady that bought a level 1, and she wakes up every morning with her Achilles tendon so tight that she can't even walk hardly. She woke up the next morning, came back to the flea market and told us, bam, I walked fine this morning. So it really is borderline miraculous, folks. Our highest ones right now, Lee, are the level 2s. These sports bands are all level 1. Everything else is level 2. So anyway, it's great to be able to see that. It's great to be able to experience that. It's great to be able to have so many people getting so much good from it. And I mean, doing our little tests that we do and watching people, it was so funny. We had a group of kids come up, young kids, 18, 19, 17, did the test, one of them, and he yells out, top of his voice, I can't say exactly what he said, but he says, this shit is effing real. And like all 6 of them had to buy one of those. And, they yelled and made so much noise that brought a lot of their people over. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement. It reminds me of the Pentecostal healing lines of old, because it really is that much. It really is that dramatic. And it seems like it's magic, but it really is science. So it's a lot of fun to be doing that. And that really is a part of New Cosmic Knowledge. It's a part about, aligning mysticism, spirituality with technology. So it's a great, great time. We're really loving it, and we're really enjoying it. And it's just another great way to be able to change the world one person at a time. And it's awesome. So look for me tomorrow on the Rex Bear Leak Project at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll be joined by the lovely and talented Sandra D. Harry, I don't have a band, but I know about frequencies, and I've researched the bands, and there's no way they won't aid and assist your physicality. I agree with that. Hey, Jeff, thanks for the live videos and all the research that you do to enlighten us. It's my pleasure. 12 pins in each arm. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Z Golden Report. That's awesome. That is the link to hit. And yeah, Sandra D is awesome. And she'll be with Rex and I on tomorrow. We're going to have Lee on, Z Golden Report. We're going to have Brian on. We're going to have Kat on. And I can't believe I spaced her significant other. I don't have my wallet here. I think his name is Dana. Pretty sure. We're going to have him on as well. We had Deborah Smith, Breaking Dawn, came out. We're going to have her on to talk about stones. She gave me some beautiful stones. So it's just, it's a big love fest. We're all helping each other. Things are coming together quite well. And looking forward to it. And Jennifer Collins, Crypto Truth Seekers, is the one that initially introduced me to Halo. So it all goes around. But I tell you what, Halo Marquis is quite a guy. And we talked literally the whole time we were there. I sleep 4 hours a night. He sleeps less than that. And he's probably the only person that I've ever met that can keep up with me. Woo! It was great times. It was fun stuff. Mark Center Saint, we're going to have him on the show. I'm going down to his shop, and we are going to have some really good time. Yeah, and New Cosmic Knowledge isn't really new. I've been doing New Cosmic Knowledge forever, but New Cosmic Knowledge is kind of our new name that we're going by. And let me just show you this real quick. Let's minimize it. I'll just move this out of the way. Boom. New Cosmic Knowledge. Unindoctrinate Yourself. This New Cosmic Knowledge logo was designed by Scotty Roberts several years ago. But that's it, man. New Cosmic Knowledge, helping you unindoctrinate yourself, bringing you new ways of doing things, new ways of thinking about things, new ways of breaking things down, new ways of building things up, new ways of doing everything you need to do to be in charge of you, to be a better you. Well, thank you, Licinius9. It says, been following since I had about 5,000 subscribers. Glad to see that others have come from the dark side or come to the dark side. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Shane, thank you very much. Golden ratio proportions in the acronym too. For NCK. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Great stuff. Powerful stuff. And I continue to be impressed by the people that are involved in this. This is a great group of people. There's some really good chat groups, some really good, communities here on the internet, on YouTube. But man, I'm telling you what, this one here, I think is the best. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to get into details about the message of the Christ. We're going to get into details about we are the new gods. We're going to get into details about Marduk in Genesis chapter 1. Just so much stuff coming up. More ghost walks, more great interviews, reaching out into some brand new stuff. And Pat is waiting. A lot of people with rotator cuffs this weekend, seeing great improvement. I don't know where Rooney is. Rooney's off doing cat stuff right now. Maybe he knows I'm going to leave him tomorrow for a couple days, and he's a little bit ornery. But we got a lot of good stuff coming up, and I can't wait. Yeah, we can send those bands to Japan. Anywhere you can get FedEx or UPS delivery, we can get these bands to you. It does take a little bit of time when it's going to foreign countries. This is interesting. Do you think Lucifer is possibly God's prodigal son? That's an interesting topic. White is absent if color and black is all color. Do a show on that, Jeff. Halo and I were talking about that, and this black is all colors and darkness might be what we really came from. Be careful with that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get down into that, down and dirty, but be careful with that, ladies and gentlemen. We did a show the other day that shows that darkness was not the original state. Light was the original state. A rebellion by Yaldabaoth, the Lord, Yahweh, caused things to fall into a state of darkness. And the darkness was not able to overcome the light. So I really don't think that darkness was the original state. And that idea that we should embrace darkness, I understand you have to be in touch with the dark side of you, but don't buy we came from darkness. Don't buy let's embrace darkness, because light was first. And we need to keep that in mind. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have any rods with me. I sent out a bunch of rods today. I did make a pair for Halo, made a pair for myself, but I left them out in the other room. So we can't do any rods. And you're going to get a bonus. I might have to tweak the price a little bit, but if you're ordering pendulums from me, I've been making pendulums, and they're good pendulums. But this weekend, some of the necklace pendants that Halo has and that have already been charged with the Schumann resonance are pendulums. And I'm like, huh, these are pendulums. Some of them are even charged to the serotonin frequency. And as I started using them as pendulums, they worked very spiffy. So we're going to make a transition. I'm going to stop making those pendulums, and we're going to start using the MYSTECH hexagonal pendants as the pendulums, because they work very, very well. And you're going to have an extra resonant, an extra frequency in them, either the 432 Schumann frequency or the serotonin frequency. So it's exciting stuff. Just all these new discoveries as we sit around. You know, Halo and I, Halo has probably astral traveled more than I have. So we had a lot of things to talk about, a lot of interesting things to talk about. I learned so much from him. Maybe I had a chance to help him out a little bit. Unfortunately, we had a little situation we had to take care of that knocked me out of the show with Wayne on Sundays. Well, we'll get back into that groove. We just missed it this week. We'll be back next week for sure. What about the twilight that many native cultures talk about before dreamtime being? That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. Haven't had a chance to study it or consider it very deeply. So I'm not sure that Lucifer, you know, who is Lucifer? Who's Christ? And I think there's so much delusion and deception that we got to be really careful. Mark Center Saint says, dark takes in, gives none, is selfish, whereas light reflects all giving. Very good analogy, Mark. I like that a lot. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of an update of where we are, an update of where I've been, an update of where I'm going to be. And I appreciate all of you. You make this thing go. You're the ones that drive New Cosmic Knowledge. You're the ones that drive the Gospel Truth Army. You're the ones that help us do the Christian whistleblower work. And we're just expanding that work. We're getting better. Our reach is expanding. And we are ready to rock and roll. So be ready for tomorrow's show, 1 p.m. with Rex Bear. I'm going to get out of here and let my throat rest. And we appreciate you. Thanks again to those that came out to the wagon wheel. And if you didn't make it out last time, or even if you did, I'd love to see you again. Until then, thank you for stopping by the New Cosmic Knowledge channel, where we help you to guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, and be your own guru, where we encourage you to ask questions and continue to question answers. And above all, I'm Jeff Daugherty. This is New Cosmic Knowledge. You are the Gospel Truth Army, and I'm encouraging you to unindoctrinate yourself.